Right, okay. Welcome. Or not. I think I should be live now. Yeah, we're live. We're live and well, I guess not. Perhaps, maybe, who knows? Oh well. I mean, I shouldn't waste any more time because I joined already the server about half an hour ago to actually get some practice in because I didn't get any prior. And well, I should have perhaps gotten some prior, but the Coach Dave set seems to be okay-ish. Although I'm still about 1.3 seconds right now off the pace of pull, which is not that great. I think there's a bit more on the lap, but we are struggling right now with a real limited car. So that's the fun part. So let me just switch the scene so we're actually getting back into the thick of this. See, also what I forgot to mention, this is a night race. Yeah, I noticed that after joining the server. Not gonna lie, that was a bit silly for me to not notice prior. Okay, we need to check what the previous set of tires did. I did quite a bit of running on them and they seem to still be fine. There's no like what is it called again? Graining on the front tires, despite that they're being pretty low on the temperatures and pressures. So we're dealing here with a few issues. Also, the real issue is the rear limiting. Compared to this setup was actually pretty low downforce in comparison to the set that we ran in Silverstone. This thing has like 5 rear wing out of the box, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty low for a Coach Dave set. It's pretty goddamn low on Coach Dave set to have such low aero. On a track that is pretty aero demanding, honestly. It's not like particularly easy track, right? I will be, however, trying a few things now. Okay, we saw a bit of not flat tire wear on the tires, so we'll just drop the camber slightly on the fronts and slightly on the rears. We have issue with the rear planting out of the corner. I tried increasing the TC up to like 4 and it still did like nothing, so I'm down to TC2 and it is... I have a research proposal for other sides. I'm not running the general livery of the boat. I'm running my usual livery. Okay. Me posting that Ahego livery is has received... I'm not sure if I not made a mistake there. For a different reason. Like, I expected to perhaps get banned off the Discord for it, but the other response I got is to turn everyone into degenerates, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Like, I keep my degeneracy usually off the sim racing platform. And some has just leaked in there. Because I do play VR chat. And that's all I'm going to say about the topic of my degeneracy. I think that should usually explain it completely. Do I want to reduce the toe on the rear? Because it has like 0.11 degrees of toe on the rear. And I think this car actually does benefit a bit from like negative toe from just handling wise. So let me just drop this down to like 0.05. We have issues pulling the car straight out of a corner, so it's... Do I want to invert my toe? Really? I'm not quite sure. But I think I can increase the toe actually on the front a bit. Which might actually also bring some more temperature into the front tires. Which is a welcome change of pace. Right, we don't have infinite time. I should start getting back out on track. Right, I decreased the rear right height slightly as well. Okay. Ah, you're a Porsche driver this season. Yeah. I just haven't. The thing is, I posted that. When did I post the livery? I think just before I went to dinner, and then I went to bed. So I didn't have much time to like really respond to people or send it yet. But I think I'm going to contribute it later. I have a few things in my backlog of things to do. Like set up a server for my brother and other stuff. Set up an Armor server for him. Just to spin up the VM and everything. Currently I'm going racing. That's currently the priority. I have to later do the livery and stuff. Well, the livery is on the SimRacing604 Discord. It is. I posted a screenshot of it in the livery discussion. Also, I posted a meme of my old RF2 version of the same livery. That thing has a funny story. Like I made that back when the Porsche 911 released for R-Factor 2, the GT3 version of it, which was back in, I think the GT3 Challenger pack released in late 2018. So on just after midnight on New Year's morning, I was like, well, I might just make a livery briefly by just throwing some Ahegger textures on the car. Because we didn't even have the templates yet for the car, but you can obviously just... With RFT, I could just like look at... Just make a DES file and like see if it sort of works out. Just make guesses. And well, that's the livery that turned out of it. I actually raced that one. I had some interesting reaction from people. I surprisingly didn't react particularly hostile to it. I have many questions. How much source is there? I have to be honest, I don't know the source of most of these. In all honesty, probably all of them I don't know the source of. I have to tell myself to drive on that AstroTurf, on that specific corner, on entry, to open up the corner. I think my internet is sometimes spiking. It's not good. As I'm going right now, progressively being handed down the order, and my car seemingly going slower than before. Brilliant! It's not like I was slow enough before. Oh god, these people are just... They're continually getting faster and you just have no chance of improving against them. Oh yeah, right, that lap had a massive error in T1. I remember. I think the rest of the lap is pretty solid right now. Except that the track like improved massively since in the last like 5 minutes or something. 10 minutes nearly. It's about 10 minutes when I'm outside the lap. have walked way earlier. It's like that corner is the issue for me of just getting out of it quicker. I'm just too hesitant to step on the throttle.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Which is in part because of my oversteer issue on throttle. Although I'm not dealing with much, I think, right now. But you never know when it suddenly will strike you. But for right-hand car, aligning this uphill section is really difficult. And again, I didn't use the grabbing. Downshift into second and just got wheel spin. But hey, I'm for the first time actually the guy who's chasing people and not getting chased by someone. That's a bit confidence inspiring.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh fuck. I stalled. Oh man. I mean, you can probably fit such a livery on any car. It's just for some reason I made it back then for Porsche. So I had to go back on a Porsche. Oh, I'm on the same tire set, I'm an idiot. I'm not smart. I have to open the setup menu to get a fresh set of tires. And then just drive out. See if it does anything. But yeah, I preferred actually Silverstone handling where it just killed me every once in a while in the high speed corners. Over this kind of. Yeah, hit I followed up. It's a Mercedes dying. RAM is moving in 5 minutes, yep. So running will be interrupted at that point. I'm about half a second that is in this lap, but that will just put me back where I was previously. Ah, that's a pain. I just cannot get this from my fucking fixed skull of getting that line right. Oh man, what have I done? What have I done? This has very quickly escalated into safe zone territory. Come on. Whoa, 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 car. What was that? I did not ask for a sudden massive snap oversteer into a corner. Hello, shitbox, would you kindly actually turn? Well, I mean, because this lap is a write-off, I can't actually, like... Why are my tire pressures even lower than before? Like, I hope to at least hit like 27.5, but like, apparently we're not even there. Although it's slightly low pressure, so I still didn't fucking get wide enough. No, I'm not gonna run out of fuel in 1.5 laps. I don't consume 38 liters a lap. Odd. Jesus, how much improvement there is actually in this lap.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I didn't actually predict that. Hello! I'm actually getting oversteer mid-corner there. Ah, I put it in the sand anyway. What the hell? Let's park you. There's my discords. Yeah, at least it filled me with a bit of confidence my lap times aren't actually that shit if I can put the lap fully together. Although 0.6 of a second would only put me P12.
Okay, so welcome to round 3 of the SR604 Pro League Season 9. Tonight we have a single feature race at Nürburgring. I'm gonna keep this brief because you know the rules already for the most part. So, as a reminder, in Qualy, no overtaking of cars on hot lap. Also, I would recommend not overtaking people on the out lap unless they are clearly letting you go, because it just makes life very complicated for everybody trying to build their gap if you decide to overtake them when they are building their gap. It's a fairly long circuit, so there should be plenty of room for everybody in Qualy. As usual, it is always the responsibility of the car behind to manage the gap to the car in front. So you may not try to overtake or otherwise impede a car on a valid lap that is ahead of you. If they are slower, it is your problem to figure out space for yourself to make a good lap. Use the minimap to see who's on a valid lap and who's not on a valid lap. If you are not on a valid lap, let any car on a valid lap get by as easily as you can. And yes, you can park your car outside the track and return to garage if you need to find a new slot. You don't need to drive around the whole way. Pit exit is a little bit tricky, but not particularly horrible. Just be mindful. The straight is very long. People are coming with very high speed. When you are exiting pits, you need quite a lot of space to be clear of the car coming from behind. The race itself. Any pending time penalties unserved from a previous race, as in if the driver left the race before it was completed, will be applied during lap 1. I believe we have one, but I'm not certain the driver is here. But if they are, they will receive the time penalty during lap 1. Any game-given penalties for the race start will be cleared and investigated by the stewards and then reapplied if they are justified. Normal race stuff, be especially careful on lap 1, especially going into turn 1. There is going to be a massive concertina effect. You will have to brake very early if you are at the back of the pack. Do not hit the cars in front. If you really have to bail to the outside, not the inside, because if you bail to the inside, you're gonna bowl probably like 4 or 5 cars off track. Also, if you do lose control of your car, lock the brakes, keep holding the brakes, keep them locked so that the car is predictable. Hold them all the way until you are stopped, and then stay still until it is safe to move again. Keep in mind, you have a reverse gear, so you don't need to drive across the track to rejoin. You can reverse and do a 3-point turn or whatever it takes. Do not rejoin across the track. Do not rejoin straight into the apex of a corner. Just cut the corner and rejoin along the track, not across the track. Thank you. What else? If you cause an accident, you run over somebody, they spin, or get significant damage, or lose position, or whatever, you will normally get a drive-through. If you wait for them after they have spun, or at least make a very clear effort to wait, you don't need to wait forever if they have trouble getting the car restarted or whatever. But if you make a very clear effort that you are trying to do the right thing and give the position back, it will be reduced as appropriate. If you do wait, do not do it on the racing line. Move to the side, somewhere where it is safe, so that somebody doesn't run full speed into you, because unfortunately we've seen that happen. If you do leave the server and there is a penalty assigned to you, that will be carried over the next race. You can, if you do not want to keep driving, you can park your car in the pits, and that will be considered as staying on the server. What else? No chat during quali or race in the in-game chat. You do not need to stay on this voice channel, you can leave. If you do stay on the channel, please keep it quiet so that people can concentrate on driving. Any questions? Sounds like a no. So the track is open. Good luck.
So, right. Back out and roll out. Because we want a few more laps on the circuit. Apparently. But to answer that one, apparently I mean, the thing is, weep liveries have existed here before. It's just I've taken it up 3 steps. Oh. I think I have Peter right now behind me. Yeah, he's P5, the order. He's about 1.3 seconds per lap faster than me. Whoa, Peter. I'm not that slow that you slap me this hard. Not. Oh, ouch! Ouch! That didn't look healthy. Ouch, that did not look healthy, but yeah. Paul today. Don't write jokes at it. Oh, fuck. Come on. Plant out of the corners. Yeah, Peter went to visit the Shadow Realm.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag is sector 1.
The McLaren felt the presence of the boat. I mean, on Saturday I was the boat slayer, so... wait, not the boat slayer. I was the McLaren slayer. For my boat.
Yellow flag is sector 1.
There's 6 tens in this lap, but I just can't get it. And whoa, just no brakes whatsoever. No brake situation, that's fun. I think I need to brake when I use the AstroTurf earlier. It's not necessarily the fast line. Too early there. Oh, the car just kept sliding. It just slid. Got into a mid-corner slide. It just kept... Just did not want to plant there. hello.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I mean, the Porsche it understeers off the exits, right? And somehow this isn't my issue right now, at least on this lap. On this lap my issue was the corner entries, the car's suddenly starting to oversteer on those. Well, that was getting ACC'd. I mean, yeah, but the Porsche is a monster when it's raining, I can tell you that. Porsche is an absolute monster on this track in the rain. And no improvement into T1 because I fucked up the entry there. Luckily this is practice right now. It doesn't matter to put a good time in. But it isn't well foreboding if I take 30 minutes to not improve my time really. Come on. It's just, it does not want to quite pull straight out of the corners. It's just a bit too loose for me. Like, I can drive it, it's just I can't drive it fast. That's sort of the issue. I mean, it took me like quite a bit of. I mean, you were, I think, there when I raced the Porsche on this track twice in the same night, and only in the second race had like a passable setup with the car. I mean, a Porsche not spinning on the slightest bit of throttle is normal. Like, you have to put a lot of effort into get the thing to spin, because that's the feature of the Porsche. If you put throttle down, the thing will plant immediately and just go straight. That's why the Porsche is an absolute monster out of corners. You can just not beat the car. I think it's an okay car for this track specifically. Although you have the hill that is the Schumacher is up the hill. Like, that's not particularly easy to deal with, but people just, they keep improving the lap times and you just cannot put the lap together. I don't like this. 2.4 seconds off the pace. I think there's more in there. It's just getting the lap time out of the car when it's trying to not actively allow you to do anything is not particularly great. Drive. Ignition starter. How many cars are there stacked inside each other?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it has long corners, this track, and with a Porsche that's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, due to the Porsche's understeer characteristic on throttle. It's not like easy to deal with. I've not been able to think really about this. Oh, come on, boat, drive a bit faster.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I need to, because this guy seemingly just doesn't want to heat up his tires. I'm not willing to drive in his gearbox for all that matters. Who is that in front of me? Wilson, like, come on, dude. This guy in front of you is not that much quicker. Just get the fucking move on finally. Your first fly is anyway irrelevant in these conditions here. Because we're at freezing temps. 8 degrees Celsius, about as low as this game will get. Right? Pick up the pace. Go full throttle, man. You can lift off at the end of your first flyer. The first flyer is completely irrelevant. Oh, come on! Come on, dude. The first fly is irrelevant because of these conditions. We need tire temps and you're driving slow as fuck. We have no tire temps and you're driving slow as the motherfucker. Like, come on, dude. Learn how to drive. I would expect someone like you to be able to figure this stuff out. You need to drive fast in these conditions and you need to do multiple laps to get the car up to temp. So if you need to abandon one, you can abandon the next one. Okay, it's pretty simple. And I mean, you're lapping about as fast as me, so meaning that 2/3 of the grid are slower than you. Are faster than you, so it's not like you are likely to run to the back of one of them. Missed an apex there as well. See what happens, Wilson? This is what you get when you just wait around. I mean, honestly, looking at my tire temps, I probably need another flyer to get them fully up to temp. The pressures are very low. I'm barely getting the 27s. PSI range. Probably would have needed to increase the tire pressure. For Qualy. Hello! Why is this shitbox doing this shit where it just doesn't stop for that corner? And the rear starts going like whim and fly off the scenery. Come on. Like, you go between massive amounts of understeer into some corners and massive amount of oversteer in a span of like a couple of corners. Interesting enough, he doesn't use the curb either on the entry there. Oh, and then I overshoot this corner. Fucking hell. I just cannot get consistent lines. It's really annoying me. I'm struggling with my consistency. Like, he looks significantly more consistent than me, for sure. I have to totally admit that he looks significantly more consistent than me. And we're lapping about the same times right now. I would love if my car actually made that corner. Oh, come on. This is so bullshit, that section. I don't know what my car is doing. It's just going completely Tokyo drift on me every single time I enter that complex. Radeon is just like, no, I won't stay planted there. I need to double apex this corner, but I'm just not getting the entry right for that. If I head in a bit faster, it will just... I lifted too much there. He's deciding to abandon his lap due to an error. Yeah, the Radeon is wheom. Oh no! Oh, I botched up the final chicane here. Half a second improvement. Finally to 55s. Hello, frame rate. I just lost all my frames through that section, and the exit is shit. So I lost all the time I gained, actually. It's about 2/10 in there. Despite me driving. Grand Pie suddenly. Didn't work quite. Let's pull up briefly and go back out again. 1.5 seconds off the pace right now. Oh man, I think I need to slightly perhaps change my brake bias into that one corner down there. It's just adjusting it fast enough while driving is a bit of a difficulty. Especially because this car's brake bias readout on the dash is pretty shit. It's the left bar, by the way. Left hand side bar, that's technically my brake bias readout. Just you can barely tell if it's moving or not.
Yellow flag is set to 2.
I think, no, it's the right bar? I thought it was the left bar that was reading out brake bias, or is this power? I don't know, don't ask me at this point anymore what is. And we've been demoted immediately back to P17. It's like, I finally get a half decent lap in and people just immediately go, well, would be a shame if somebody would like improve. And demote you from an actually reasonable starting position back to nothing again. If I can get that line again in qualifying, it would be in the flyer. It would be nice. I have low expectations for that happening. There's a few places where I can probably inch a few tenths in there, but I don't think it will be much. Yep, it's the correct direction. Oh no. Oh no. No, I missed the apex. No. And then grab the gravel down the exit. No, fuck you, game. Ah. Oh, this was such a decent lap. Till that corner. Okay, there's an entire 10th still on the exit of the final chicane that I left on there. Okay, let's try again. The guy in front of me just beat my time. For fuck's sakes. Oh, that's a really bad line there. And this is my final attempt. Ah, 10th down when I should be 2 tenths up. Come on. And I improved the uphill, that's good. Please. Apex. Yes, good exit. Okay. No. That's not great either. Oh, missed the apex there as well. Fuck. I fucked up the final corner. Oh, I could have had so much more. Ah, there was 2 tenths right there and I threw it away the last corner as well. God damn it, I could have been like easily P12 or something. Ah, and there's still people out on track that will probably improve before we're done here, so I didn't even need to say it and I'm gonna demote it to P16. Oh man. Like, I'm just trying here and it's just... I'm throwing everything in the book at the situation and it's just not enough. I just come out always short slightly. Oh man. My pressures were however pretty low. Like, I need to ramp those up before the race starts. How much fuel do I need for the race? I'm running about 2.7. What was my lap time in the end? Curious. I don't know. Back. What's my lap time actually? That's a 55.6. Okay. I thought it was a bit better than that. But no, I guess I'll just slow. Oh man. Right. 54 divided by 60. This one. Okay, it's easy. 50 divided by 1.9. That's 27 laps. 29. Minus 2.72. That is 80 liters. Trunchulient. Okay. We don't have a pit one now. So I can just take like 38 or something. Put into the pit stop. About 40 is the configuration. The track has even gotten even colder than that. Man, the track is on a freezer. So, putting 0.6 into my tires additionally, just to get the temperature, the pressures up a bit. Just to perhaps have some pressures left in the end. Oh man, these tires are gonna get cold. But I can't open the close the brake ducts any further than this. I tried early in practice, prior to streaming, running the brake duct set to 2 on the front, and the brakes were just completely cooking into T1. Like, it was just scraping, red hot, everything. It just wasn't doing it. In comparison, doing it with 2 is just completely fine. Yeah, I just need a decently clean race. I think if we can do some climbing, although this track is not particularly easy to pass on. It's not an easy track to pass on, and we don't know where I'm precisely faster than most of them. I have to figure this out. At Silverstone it was at least the high-speed corners, even though high-speed corners isn't helping you at times much to complete a pass. And I am not sure we do particularly have an advantage on the brakes, but we just have to see what we get. We have to see what we can take. Take what we can take. Right. Okay. And yeah, I mean, we're still the fastest boat. There's at least something. There's basically nothing I can do for the set to help myself. Right. I didn't miscalculate myself massively, but I mean, we just pit early, I guess.
30 seconds.
Ignition, starter. Headlights to low beam. For a start, we don't need high beams. It's just excessive. I usually start with low beams and then switch up to high beams. Got my popcorn ready for the race start, yeah. I hope it's by me making daring and clean passes into the opening corners and not a massive crash happening involving me. Let's hope that. I mean, it's obviously a good place to make up a few positions, but I know what I'm doing. It's not my first race start. Switch up the ABS and move the brake bias rearwards, as we need to dump a lot of heat into these discs. We need a... Jesus, it's just... Come on, it's not picking up temps. Brakes. Oh, I didn't practice the pit entry, but the pit entry isn't particularly too hard on this track, in all honesty. You know it pretty well. See, it's not particularly hard, but you can easily smack into a wall there. Infamously. Has a very infamous pit entry wall. You could fuck up. front tires are cold as hell. All of my tires have gone freezing, yes. Like even on the in-game HUD they're quite cold. But everybody just slot into their positions, so functioning massive. So ABS back. Brake bias, move that shit forwards again. But yeah, my front tires are barely any temperature in them. It's slightly a bit core temp. Core temp seems to slightly get up. Oh god, I'm frozen fast. It's like 74 there. Beamer did not get a good start, but he's squeezing the McLarens. I have nowhere to go. There's just nowhere right now to really exploit. Oh god.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ah, come on. And then the Audi dies. Oh god. Yeah, this was not an ideal start. I think if the Audi didn't die, I actually would have lost positions there. But I nearly murdered that McLaren in front of me. Need to be careful. No, you're not going for that move. I was closing the door already on you before you even got along. I knew you would be trying something stupid there, and I was not up for the mood for that. I was not in the mood for something like that. The opening lap. I was slightly tacked him, I think, there. The last thing I needed was oversteer from you, bitch! In that moment. Let's hope I can shake him through the bend, but he seems to be hell-bent to like go for a move here on the opening.
There's some light damage on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
This guy is just fighting me like crazy. Like, come on! I'm not letting positions go to waste here. Oh, brakes not good. Squeeze on the throttle there slowly.
Clear on the right.
My Porsche is struggling here in the opening laps. If I was closer, not constantly attacked by you, we would have been past the Porsche now together. You notice? Oh, you have no right to flash me, mate. You ran me off the road. You are driving way aggressive and you need to calm the fuck down. Hello, shitbox. What the fuck is this shit? What is wrong with this guy? You have no right to complain about anything. Oh my god. This is... I mean, the thing is, he was alongside. Let's not completely dismiss that. He was quite a bit alongside. This is actually a bit within reason move. I think I slightly turned in a bit early, because I'm still not quite great with estimating where my gap is to the left. If it wasn't a left-hand drive car, this would probably be significantly easier. Oh god! What the fuck are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Oh no! My entire race just unraveled itself there because this Porsche driver decides to open the door by driving like fucking massive corner. Come on, where's the Porsche actually? Oh, the Porsche has apparently vanished completely. He's decided to quit the race upon... Ah, my entire race. He was clearly flashing for aggression, but like, this fucking stupid Porsche driver, for fuck's sakes, what were you thinking there? What were you thinking? The problem is it's my fault because I've got alongside too late, but like, he just opens the door so massively, over slows, does everything wrong, and then suddenly goes for the apex when I'm already there. It's just... Why did you late apex this so much? God damn it, I had no chance to estimate that. He basically just drove this so fucking wrong. I haven't... and fucked my race over. And he was just out of control the entire time. He's clearly some guy who's just only qualifying well. He just fucked up the first part of the race completely because he was constantly off the road. Was slow out of the chicane and then thinks, oh hey, let's open up the door for this guy and see if he takes the fucking bite. And fucks my race over in the process of that. Everything was going so nicely and then just... It had to unravel at some point completely, and I'm waiting for a drive-through additionally to just fuck me additionally. I know it is coming. That's the painful part. I know it is just waiting the drive-through. Well, you were so lucky that I backed out of that one. Hello! Oh, come on, my shit box.
Slow car ahead.
This is just painful at this point.
Yellow flag, be careful there. There's a slow car ahead.
Look at this. This is the same move, the same scenario as the final corner. Guy overshoots the corner, I go in. Granted, it was questionable because there was a car off the track, but the yellow flag had been cleared just before I went for the move. So there was no longer a yellow flag there when I actually did the move. We had just gotten the white flag just as I was side by side with him.
Well done, mate. This is me, Russell Ryzen.
58.8 is the fastest lap.
Slow car ahead.
At least the supply of people dying is not low. Korea just nearly got murdered there. Don't.
There's a slow car behind.
Oh, there's fucked. MUQU there. Korea's struggling a bit. I have one lapped car in between there. That's Robson P38, the Cyan. Well, not Cyan car. I think that one is actually Cyan. The other is just baby blue McLaren. So the completely Cyan car is McLaren, not the baby blue and orange car. Sneaking boat. Not quite able to sneak by. Oh, come on, you bloody McLaren. Goes defensive, then opens the door again. Okay, I mean the problem is it's from my perspective, so it's not clear if I was really alongside. It's like I would have to look at the replay. How much alongside I was, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't really. This is the difficulty with such moves. Like you can easily be opened up to penalties because of it. Even though the other driver is probably going to lose the position there because of him making a mistake. Although I don't think I would have passed him completely. But I mean the impact on him was pretty far back on his chassis. I think I hit his rear left tire with my not rear left, sorry, rear right.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, we had a tire-to-tire contact with the front. Although it could be that I just at that point already had backed out enough that the contact was further down the car, which is pretty likely to play some effect. Because at some point I realized that he was not going to give me the room. It was... Oh, come on, Greer. Luckily the McLaren didn't get a run. But Greer versus the curbs is about as... He's having about as many oversteer issues as I'm having, although it looks very much curb bound to him. With him. I'm mainly having issues with just throttle application mid-corner. It starts stepping out already. We need to get by Greer fairly quickly. That's the thing, we've been so far only profiteering off people just dying. And not of people of actually making passes of our own, really. Not, okay, they're not quite dying, but like, making mistakes like this. Okay, you wanna take that line. Oh, that was a bit questionable due to me hitting the curb there a bit. But we're by. Please don't hit me again. We don't need a repeat of poor records. Please. Okay, the next two cars are lapped car. No, actually, the next car is a lapped car. There was a lapped car in the pit lane. But well, in the end, we have to anyway just wait for the stewards to review it. Look at how much contact there was in the opening laps. I think they have a bit to review there. But we'll see, because I think they haven't applied any penalties yet. If they have, I've just been too busy to notice. But like, focus, Lucas. We need some better lap times. 57s just cannot fly. High 57s is capable of 56s. I know. Yeah, my pace is pretty shit. Honestly, how much damage did I actually... 8 seconds worth of damage from all the contact in the opening laps. Oh, I have about 3 laps worth of fuel remaining right now. Fuel consumption is nominal. Predicts me 35 liters to get to the end. I even tried to practice with this about. The problem is achieving the 8 seconds worth of damage. Because the wall usually takes a bit more of a chunk out of your car. Oh, my car's starting to get unstable right now. That's not good. Luckily we're going to pit sooner than later, so there's that. I'm gonna get off these tires. I think I'm just gonna take the 40 liters so we have a safety margin. So anyway, pitting soon, I should just prep to do a jump on them. Yeah, I'm slightly short of actually doing an additional lap right now. I need to come in at the end of this lap. They're seemingly starting to apply penalties. Need to be careful that they don't start applying the penalty to me while I'm coming into the pits. I think they're going to be a bit more busy to reach to lap 2. So I think the accident was at the end of lap 2 or 3. Just gonna catch the end of this train due to this beamer being really slow right now. I wanna come into the pits, just not deal with you right now. We're slightly short on tire pressures actually on the tires. Oh great. I mean, it's not great for the guy. I'm so sorry for him. I didn't touch him obviously, but that's unfortunate. I need to come anyway now in. This means he's not holding me up anymore. Oh, I just noticed I was running the entire time with low beams. Let me turn on the high beams. I forgot to switch on the high beam headlights. It's just not necessary, really. At least if you're running in a tight pack. Okay, the Porsche is coming in with me. Oh, way too early. I think he just switched off his pit speed limiter there. Pretty sure. He just messed up and switched his pit speed limiter off. Maybe one click. Now we need to line up my pit stop. It's a bit difficult. Oh, I missed. Fuck, I parked way too early. Oh, that's gonna cost me dearly. I messed up badly my pit stop again with the boat. I need to practice the stopping in the box. Had the right position, I was just too far back. Like I was vertically positioned correctly, but I was not vertically. Well, vertically to my driver line. Yeah, the Porsche is rolling out way ahead of me.
Halfway through, not over yet. Predator stop is not here. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, he has a stop go 30, as I predicted. But I mean, you can just see how many car lengths I just lost to the Porsche. So this means I'm not gonna jump any of them, most likely. Due to me messing up the pit stop there. Oh yeah, there's a mandatory tire change.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I forgot to mention that one. Did I? Yeah, the sprint races don't have tire change. The double-header sprint races don't have tire changes, but the 50 minutes do have tire changes. Man, how many seconds he's built on me? Like 4 seconds cost me there. Could me actually drop me positions even. And the problem with how the tires are is actually pitting early is a decent disadvantage. Oh fuck. And then I make it even more time loss. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was 1 second looking away, and then by the time I was looking back forward, the car was already rotating. God damn it. I have that habit where I just, on the exits of corners, look away from the car when the car isn't 100% going straight. I think it's going straight already, but it starts rotating way later and starts fucking me over that way.
Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3. There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out.
Oh hey, our Porsche driver's out. I think it's the guy who I collided with. I mean, look at it there. There's the McLaren. It's like this pit stop has gone miserably terrible. I think I couldn't have screwed up this pit cycle more if I tried. Okay, I could have gotten a stop go. Let's face it, that's perfectly within the possibility. But look, there's Marquez like 4 seconds up the road. There's the Porsche that somehow never actually got going. Hello, car. Would you actually kindly work? Perhaps? Yeah. It's not much I'm asking for. That's dropped me so many positions here. Osney has even one of the boat drivers has also jumped me, and he has also completed pit stop. Like, look at this shit. It's just, how bad can this go? Very bad. I just got no luck whatsoever there. Without that oversteer twitch, I would have been at least in the middle of this battle group. They had a really good pit cycle, I had a terrible one. Not seeming to gain much on the Maida. This is also bad. Oh, come on. Fuck off. Can I just have a cut? turned in slightly too early there, and just didn't work out. And they're all escaping away from me. It's like, oh god, this Porsche driver, Jesus. Unfortunately, not close enough to profiteer. Isn't this Aston that I was fighting at the start of the race? Aha, and the turntables have turned.
Car on the left.
Okay, bullying me off the road, I guess, is a thing now. Yeah, you do. The only guy that just stayed behind me is Bria. Bria's behind me, but now I have to get by the fucking asshat here, who's pushed me off the road now. Racing etiquette as well. Just clip the grass slightly. Come on. And how much this cost me? This is like one attempt I've made. Due to him deciding that, hey, running the other guy off the road is perfectly valid. Why is he running on the top of the white line there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same Aston. Looking at the livery, it's when he's turning, you can see from the sides that his color scheme is that the same. But it seems we're not getting anything out of the second half of this race. The first half was pretty successful, and then I had a shit pit stop. And now I'm stuck behind this guy additionally. Got oversteer there. He's slow. Hold on. The problem is getting alongside him into T1 is practically impossible for me. Oh, you didn't even need to move. I just clipped the grass slightly there. And there's the drive-through for the Porsche contact. So I just got fucked. No need to fight him. Also, you guys fucked up because you assigned that penalty right as I I would have liked to have that last at the end of that lap, so I could have actually served it already and not be stuck behind him for another lap. It's like the first half was okay besides the fucking crash the Porsche. I'm still sort of like, you can frame me for it, but the guy fucked up spectacularly there and put me into the position that I would wreck like that. It's just thanks. But now I'm going to lose so many positions because of the drive-thru. It's like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah. It's just, I cannot have my good race finally in this championship. It's just, everything will pile up on everything just to stop me from having fun here. From having a good run. Because I could have, I think, finished here in top 15 minimum. If I had my decent qualifying lap that got in, that I threw away, if I had my... If I had everything else go right as it should and not just go spectacularly wrong. Right. Okay. So if I drive through, how many positions are we going to bleed? We're already in 20th position. We just cannot penetrate the top 20 because we just get fucked over somehow every time. Actually, Gria is still behind me. What happened to you that you were behind me again?
Penalty has been cleared.
Oh well. Back out of the pits. P22, 15 seconds behind the next car. The race done. It's just done. It's not fun. Man, it's just suffering. I've shown that I'm capable of getting good finishes, it's just my fortunes never align quite. I have to wring every little bit out of my car to get decent qualifying positions, and then something will slightly go wrong and drop me like 5 positions. And those are 5 positions that I just cannot make up again. 5 positions that put me further back. 5-10 positions, and then I get involved in some bullshit in the back, which would either spin me out, hand me a penalty, something. Just get stuck in traffic. All of the above. I mean, it's at least the penalty already hit me after having everything go wrong. It's at least just this, like, you're not dead yet already enough. We're just going to stab you a few more times to make sure you're really dead. It's at least just the finishing blow. And not after everything had gone right, this completely flipping my race on its head. It's just the finishing blow to everything going wrong. It is fortunate in that sense. Did I just gain like 5 seconds to the car in front over the last lap, or is it just the timing is shit? When I last checked it. Whatever. Nah, I think that they might have made a mistake or something, that they dropped some time. Because I only gained like a few tenths on the last lap. They do lose time right now, but I would have to be like at minimum 6 seconds closer for anything. If I was 6 seconds closer, I think I would be able to make something here happen for the end of this race. There would be 2 positions up for grabs. I know. But I'm just way too far back here for anything to happen. These guys are not going to slow each other down that much. They would have to bleed more than 2 seconds a lap right now. And that's like a bit of an ask. Although they are contributing towards it this time around, but like... I don't think I will be able to cope up that rate. Car in front did a 58, so...
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Wait, one of them vanished. Huh. One of them suddenly gone. Oh fuck! No! Come on! How could this fucking happen to me again? 2 positions bled because my fucking shitbox decided to kill me. Oh, come on. On the level of bullshit, that is just not fair. And okay, it's only 1 position to drop because the car in front of me actually has a 15-second penalty. But nothing to fight for, and my car just goes into the wall. Wasn't Green on the Aston? Why am I mistaking people now? But very fun. Absolute hilarious fun there. But that had to happen to me on the exit of that corner. It's so painful. I look great at a 2-minute lap time, so I guess I might still be in it if my car isn't too damaged. And the MUQU isn't getting too much in my way. And Grey is going consistently slow, that is. Oh, come on, shitbox, just get out of the corner again. No, Grey seems to just be inconsistent. I had a bad lap last time around. Because, fuck me having chances here in this race. fucking me having like any chance to get any comeback whatsoever. Just to fucking kill me at this point. That's not in that sense. No, you shitbox, you don't kill me again on this curb. Just come out of the fucking corner and don't die for once. Okay? The problem is, like, you can turn the TC up and it just does nothing. It's a useless application because it's just... The only thing it achieves is slow you down on exits. Oh hey, I'm nearly getting lapped. It's not like this hasn't happened before in the 30-minute races. As long as I don't die again, I won't get lapped, but still. It's just so unnecessary for these things to happen to me. And Peter's fighting for wins. Peter, who is someone who I can match at times. Right. I'm like, what am I doing that I deserve shit like that? Yeah, I find myself at the other end of the grid than him. And I should be within touching distance of him usually. Cry. And the thing is, we have another 2 laps after this to go. The leader's gonna start another lap. We have 1 more after that to go, and I have to complete the next lap because otherwise I'm not getting the position from the car in front. That guy's fairly lucky because he's just going to bleed 1 position despite his 15-second penalty. I've not raced the boat on this track before, but I've raced it. I raced it a couple of times now, prior to the season. I raced it a couple of times prior to the season. That's why I picked it, because I liked its handling. It's just I'm ending up on the wrong side of it constantly. On some odd exception that the car hasn't handling characteristics. It's not like I dislike the handling on this track completely. It's a bit too twitchy, but it's okay. Right, I have a bit too much oversteered twitch on the throttle, that's fine. I had a bit too much twitch in the high-speed corners at Silverstone, and that was more than fine. It was like one of my greatest performances ever. I really loved that race. Boat produced a really good race there, and it would have also produced a really good race today. I'm very sure of that. Pace was there, everything was in place. It's just everything that could go wrong went wrong. I got involved in an early accident that ended up with me having a penalty for it. Later on, I got a really shit pit stop, and I had 2 spins off. That's just you can't produce that. It just doesn't work with such things. It's a working combination, I would say. They just end up on the wrong side of everything constantly. Brakes? Oh, what was that? Apparently I must have missed my braking point or something. I don't think I missed it. Oh man. I want my sleep back. I would prefer to just sleep instead of this. I think this was also a pretty good combination for the both. It's just the on-throttle oversteer was a bit extreme. But I mean, for most of the race it was actually pretty fine. Pretty manageable and everything. Car was pretty okay on that front. Although I'm saying that despite having had multiple like overtaking attempts basically thwarted because boat decided to have oversteer moment. My car gave up a few laps ago. It's like I gave up after the drive-through, basically. I half gave up then. And then the car gave up a few laps after that when it hit the wall. Because I'm pretty sure if I turn the pairs back on, yeah, 45 seconds. I think I'm... Even if I would drive a bit better than this, I'm probably like, still losing like at least half a second per lap due to car damage. I mean, I'm driving right now really shit, but it's just because I want to get this over with and I don't care about anything. Finally. God damn fucking finally. P22. Man, I'm just done with this shit. Oh, it was Guy. Justin Guy, and then there's Christopher Greer. Man. Confusion 100 in terms of drivers. 52 car got a fucking 5 seconds for aggressive driving with me on lap 16. Oh, that's for when he pushed me. It's just pain. Pain and misery. Because, man, just looking at this, like, Marquez finished P15. Where should I have been prior to me? Yeah, I think top 10 might have actually been within the cards of things. I mean, Braze finished P14 with his Beamer. I should have been in front of Braze for sure, because Braze wrecked out the same corner that I did. It was just early in the race and probably not before wreck. And he finished P14, it's just... Or was it Rugrio? Ah, I think it was Rugrio, Kirio, who wrecked out then. But let's just save the replay briefly. We'll have a brief look at the replay on that. It's apparently lap 3 when the accident was. Oh no, it was lap 2, actually. It was end of lap 2. Yeah, he misses the corner. I'm coming in way too late. There's no question about it. It's just, it's so stupid for him still to like, hey, I'm just going to go straight and late apex. Yeah. And then he decides to just... I think it's a different car. I think this guy never got moving again. No, he did. He just waits half an hour there in the gravel.
Green light, go, go, go.
He just decided to wait half an hour in the gravel for some reason. I have no clue why he did that. He could have just kept moving finally. God damn, it's just done with this. I'm still waiting for the good race here. I should be practicing pit stops, because Christ, I just can't get this car lined up in those. This is the thing. I expect nothing, so I don't get disappointed, and I still get disappointed. Because look, if I came in here like, yeah, this has to be now finally the upswing. We have to finally see things going good because it's looking good. It's like if I come in here like that, it's like it just slaps you in the face even harder. Reality. Do you need that? No. And still, I came in with the expectation that it might finally be turning around. I have to tell myself that it isn't, so I'm not getting my expectations too high. Despite that, it's hard to resist that. It's hard. Trying to trick myself into believing it. That's not happening. To be more reasonable. Because my brain isn't. Right. All of these lucky bastards. Yeah. The thing is, I didn't put any additional practice into this one, still. It failed in the execution, however, that's kind of like the painful part. It didn't actually fail on the pace part particularly. I mean, it would have been nice to have a bit more. That's that. Alright. I need to still sign up for the 4-hour race on Friday. I need to still sign up for that. I think there's still not many people signed up for that race. I'm obviously signed up to the 3-hour race on Sunday. Driving also my boat around Zandvoort this time around. Next race will be Hungaroring in the Pro Championship, and then it is Zandvoort, and then it's Suzuka. So actually running this thing on Zandvoort for 3 hours is going to be a really good test for my setup. I'm gonna know how shit it is afterwards. I definitely know the track, although Zandvoort race itself is done about like a week later. 4 weeks later, so. And final race at Suzuka, well, I'm kind of looking forward to that because I really like Suzuka. Not gonna lie, it's a really nice track. And man, it would have probably been better to pick the 720S. Quite like the 720S. But I think it's now the OP car, so it's just. Why? Okay, right, we need to pick communities, not Burnitex, wrong one. I'm still signed up for, by the way, for the Battle of the Cup cars. It was my error. I thought it was that I missed the Zandvoort. It was not Zandvoort. I think it was Solder Cup car race that I missed. But this time around, it is the Battle of the Cup cars, which I'm still signed up. There's 32 people signed up for this race. It's a nice number. Participants actually for this is who's all in the cup cars with me? Not many of Thomas van der Assem. None of the usuals that I expect when driving with. I know there's Kiesik Christian. I think he's probably pretty good. Ken Min 999. He's an okay driver, pretty solid. Usually doesn't put a foot wrong, but he's not some god tier driver. It's endurance qualifying sessions. It's the endurance race. 14 teams still only signed up. That's just painful, but there's only 3 GT4 cars if signed up for that race. GT3s, what do we have? We have an M4, We have two 720S, three M4s, a Lexus, two Lexus actually, a Porsche and two Audis and an Aston. In GT4 we have a MUQU, Cayman and a Aston. Yeah, the car was really handled nicely. That was a really nice to handle car. That car drove like an absolute dream because you could just drive it sideways and get it back up. The car would just let you do all of these things. You could get away with quite a bit. You could drive it like an R-Factor 2. Driving it. And funnily enough, in R-Factor 2, the 720S has been overpowered for some... had been at some point overpowered. I don't know the meta right now. What is the meta car on RF2? It's got now after the Corvette meta, I don't understand it anymore. The Corvette meta that got so out of hand that they had to, for the esports championship, introduce a competition ballast so people stopped picking the same fucking car because they had a season where it was only Corvettes. Like, there were like 3 cars on the grid that weren't Corvettes. It just was insane. And with Corvettes, I mean this Callaway C7R. Not some weird Corvette, it's like it's a Callaway. Oh man. Right. Actually, I want to check their Discord briefly. See if. I mean, who's actually signed up in the GT4 class? It's Benjamin Cons, Ken Min, and Afonso Suto. I think Afonso Suto isn't particularly a quick driver. In the Cayman, and then Tim Fabich and Thomas Müller in the Aston. Who's signed up in GT3? Materna Stein, Bertolt Weissner, Rainer Ecke. Da ist Tristan Bollwinkel und Daniel Thomas Tude in an Audi R8. So those guys are just gonna run away with the win there, if there isn't some alien that I am missing here. H7K Unicorns. None of the names say anything to me. Peter Björn Jörgsen, I think that's pretty sure. Hanseletti. None of these names say anything to me. Besides Bollwinkel. I got like 2 guys at this point. 3 guys, I think, at this point out of the selection of people to drive there. That's bad. That's pretty bad. It's just because I haven't driven there in a while. And there I had also like massive misfortunes in their main championship when I ran about a year ago there. Like, man, I drove Crossbow for 2 seasons straight, and then I drove a Porsche GT3R. The current Porsche, and I had just no luck. Like, my first season, the KTM was actually pretty good. Like, everything went basically right. I won the last race of the season as well. I have a really good run in that championship, and then the second season, just I had nothing go right. Like, everything went constantly fucking wrong. It was pure pain. And then I had the second season, and it was just, when I switched to the Porsche, it was just yeah, that one didn't work out particularly well either. I don't know, did I have one good race or something? I think I qualified twice on pace last. Granted, there were like only in the pro split there at the end of the season like 10 people, but like, Jesus, qualified twice and last is So yeah, that thing was on pace like literally last, which is annoying as hell. Although in one of the races was Misano where I actually had pace in the race, but Hungaroring in the Porsche, I just couldn't get any pace whatsoever out of the car. It was slow as fuck, and I didn't know why. And I was back on the pace the next race. So it just didn't make any sense. I hope that doesn't happen to me with my boat at Hungaroring. That I have absolutely no pace. I know that I was very quick with the KTM at Hungaroring. KTM and Hungaroring is a really good combo. Like unbeatable sort of stuff. Oh, come on. Left hand, stop flying off into the scenery. Right. Okay. We've checked everything out here. I have to remember to sign up for this. When are the actual qualifiers? Qualifying sessions. Right, they're yeah, they're on Wednesday. It's the first qualifying, and on Thursday is the second one. And they're around 7 PM, so I probably need to qualify actually Wednesday. Right. I've babbled on for long enough. This has been just pure fucking pain and misery. So I'm just done at this point. And just wanna sleep again. Good night.